everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue, and I am from Embroidery, and today we are going to be working on our Anita Goodesign project. Today we have Lynn with us, and Lynn's going to do a little more learning on McDreamy and maybe trimming some applique. So if there's any beginners out there, you can follow along and learn some key things so you can trim. Over there on the computer is Dawn.
Chirp, chirp.
Chirp, chirp. Let's not start that again, Dawn.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow, he says. You made him do that.
I did. I did.
Meow, meow. Hi, Lynn. Chris Yost says, hi, Lynn.
Hi, Chris.
Can you see the... It's hard to see.
Yep,
I know.
can.
I can move it if you want to be able to see it better. We have our Bjorn to watch for Gremlins. So we're happy about that. So Bjorn's sitting there. I haven't had time yet to make his tie, but I will do that. So, oh yeah, look at all the hi Lyns. Hi, Lynn and Dawn. Cindy West says hi.
Esther says chirp, chirp.
Chirp, chirp. Yes, thank you. Shall we do this again? Except for it's a kitty, although it does have birds on it.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe. So that's the block we're doing today, the kitty cat block. And I thought I would make my kitty cat just bright and bold with a pattern fabric because why not? I was going to use that beautiful plaid. There's a green one and there's a red one in that layer cake. But I didn't think the whiskers and nose would show up well enough. So this is a print I haven't used yet. So I'm going to do that. Look, I have the buttons ready to rock and roll. Except for they are not the same buttons. But why not?
Close enough.
I just noticed it now as we're looking. So blah, blah, blah. And this is the backing that, like the background fabric that Lynn forgot to iron for me, and if not Lynn, then Dawn.
Oh, way to go. That doesn't iron either.
I got people around me I could blame. It could have been ironed a little bit.
I'm sorry.
I'll show you how to cheat with that so you don't stitch and have these bubbles up.
Okay.
I'll show you that. And then, of course, the batting that we're going to use. I use Warm and Natural, and it's delightful. And... project bin, I pulled the colors that I want, plus I have black on my machine and I have yellow on my machine. And then of course our duckbill scissors because the kitty cat is one big applique, and we're going to get Lynn in here a little bit. I'll put her on the spot because we're live and get her to try it to see how good you are at cutting, because I kind of make it look easy sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I can whip through it. I don't always do it perfectly, but we'll have a go. We'll have a go. See how
Okay.
much you pick up on. So, are there... Oh, sure, blame Lynn. I can, and I did.
Yep.
Sometimes blaming Dawn gets boring. So, Lynn, yeah, there we go.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I hope everyone saw the pictures of us organizing the gorgeous quilt blocks that people sent. Thank you again for that. I'm going to get them sewn up, and we got to check and see if our quilting place is open, and we're going to get it done. So Lynn's very excited, slightly emotional, but it's going to be...
It's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. Gorgeous blocks. I like the photos of all the quilt blocks. Yeah, we just thought, our progress, because we can get started on it now. So it's nice. Okay, so I think we're ready to start, and we are going to start right with the
Right.
batting. It happens. It happens. So let's go to McDreamy, which is my brother Dream Machine 2, and let's get started on it. McDreamy's up. So hopefully you guys can see. You can come in here, Lynn, if you want, because there's the microphone. So if I lose my train of thought
Okay.
again. I have yellow loaded because I'm going to be using a lot of yellow. Oh, I forgot to show you guys my nails. My nails are groovy. They're like a leopard print, shiny. Isn't that cool? I forgot to do that at the desk, but
Cool.
Anyways, so the first step that we do is
Placement.
placement. Yay, Lynn. So that finish editing the pattern, I wasn't. Oh, you have to click embroidery for it to actually embroider. So my bad. So let's do that again. Okay,
He's ready.
he's ready. So this shows you where to place your batting. Hopefully, can you guys see the yellow? How's that looking, Don?
Good.
The yellow, you can see the lines well enough?
Yeah.
Alright. I usually try to use something darker, but I just had the yellow in it. It's kind of a pretty yellow, isn't it?
It is.
It's not lemon yellow, and it's not bright or an orangey yellow. It's just lovely. So perfect. How's the view? I think that's pretty good. It could be pulled back a little bit, but I don't think I bumped it. So if you can see here, this is where we are going to place our batting. So the next one is going to stitch it down, and for Anita Goodesign designs, it's called a squaring stitch. And what that does, it's a little bit smaller than the outside, so when you stitch your blocks together, you don't have any of this thick batting in the seams. It just makes it a lot easier. So we're going to do the squaring stitch, and then we're going to trim it. Do you want to start off easy with the trimming, Lynn?
Nisha says that she was inspired by your nails and had to paint hers for the first time in 9 months.
Oh,
That's awesome!
beautiful.
Yay!
You have to send pictures.
Yes. Post pictures? I guess it's not really embroidery, but I know.
It's part of the group.
I guess because embroidery is my job, that my nails are my hobby, sort of thing. I'm just crafty all over with everything. Makes me happy to do my nails, especially when I get groovy results like that.
Yes.
It's kind of neat, shiny and sparkly, and so much fun. So it usually this stitch will stitch down twice, so everything's held together. So it's just got to go back to here, and then we're going to do a little trim. Bloop bloop. Why is there another square? That's kind of strange, but okay. Back to the desk, Don.
Test it up.
I will do this. I know why it has another square. I'll do this because it's kind of hard. Am I off to the side a little bit?
Don't mind me.
What you doing?
Oh, I can't do that right now. I'll do it later.
What were you gonna do?
I just want to move it back just a hair as it's vibrating off the desk.
Oh, we'll do it.
No, it'll move the camera. It's fine.
Oh. Alright, well, because we had a flood yesterday, in my office, things are slightly out of place, so we'll get that fixed shortly. So, Lynn, when you are trimming, it's easiest to move everything with you. So with the duck-billed scissors, it goes like this, because this is really thin. Did you feel this?
Okay.
It's cutaway, and it's really thin. And look, my scissors, and you can pull on it. So that's what this part is for, is that, look, it glides. You can have the scissors open,
okay.
and it glides. Because if you were to catch this and pull it, then the tension isn't going to be the same, and things are going to be going out of whack. So we don't want that. What are you chuckling at?
Karina says, oh my god, I almost forgot. I was in my sewing room and forgot about the time.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're sewing. What are you making, Karina? Karina makes the most gorgeous bags. She's really, really good at sewing and really, really good at embroidery as well. And she makes amazing bags. I am just hacking this to death. It's okay, it'll get covered up. Don't do what I do.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm hacking it. I did perfectly there because I didn't have the duckbill underneath. So, bit of a hack job. If I wasn't live, I would tidy that up.
Your
But
trimming skills took a day off.
Oh, bite me. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
You did.
How are your, do you want to have a trim off there, Dawn? See how well your trimming
No, I
skills
trim
are?
like that all the time. That's nothing new for me.
All right, then pie hole, you know. I didn't say anything, I just mentioned the pie hole. So because Lynn didn't iron this, that if we did it like this, we're going to have bumps. So I'll show you how to cheat. Dawn, can you hand me the spray? Quick, quick.
Poor Lynn.
Quick. Oh, give me a break. Everyone knows I'm joking. So never spray near your machine.
Okay.
But I'll show you. I'm just going to kind of spray just a little bit. Because this is spray glue. Tacking glue. And it's just useful for this. You guys ready? Watch it disappear. Look, Lynn. Boop. So it's all gone. You like that? So
Insta iron in a can.
if your friends don't iron for you, that's what you do. Or husband. So that's what you do, and that just...
She's all about throwing us under the bus
I
today, isn't she?
know.
did you see the bus that went by? There's like 5 of them, so there we go. All right, back to the machine, Dawn.
Victorini's up.
Okay, so that's one of my little secrets, and it works, as you can see. Now, you can see there's a little bit of a bump,
But not a big one.
it's not big at all. So the next 2 steps are combined. So we're going to stitch down this fabric, even though I have it, temporary adhesive. We're going to stitch it down so it holds, and then we're going to do our placement for the kitty cat, which the cat is kind of cute, I think. I saw someone in the OML Embroidery University group that did the same size square, but did the cat and the birds from a smaller square. So the cat is standing back further. So, yeah, this camera's off, Dawn. The needle's supposed to be in the middle.
Somebody's asking what kind of spray you use.
I have gun old stuff. Just the KK spray. A lot of people use it. It's nothing special. A little bit pricey, but we get stuff from Gun Old Canada, which makes our lives a little bit easier. But it's, you have to have a business license and jump through hoops to be able to get it there. And you have to order, like, a lot. Like a lot. They have some cool stuff, but in the States you can do all stitch, which has, like, one of everything. So you see how that works? You can see that we stitched around and it's perfectly nicely up, and there's not going to be any in.
Okay.
Karina says Iron Squad in the building.
What's that?
Karina says Iron Squad in the building.
Karina will give me detention. See, I think this kitty's cute. He goes perfectly with the style of everything. I think he's cute. And it's going to take a little bit to trim this, but I'll show you the ins and the outs of trimming. This is all applique. All applique. Ooh, thank you very much, Karina, by the way. And the Iron Squad. What do you mean I ironed it? Look at how flat it is. Don't give me that. Now you know all my tricks, Lynn.
No, okay.
I just don't iron everything.
They know all your tricks too now.
I know. They know them anyways. I tell them everything. Okay, so now we're going to now we're going to put this fabric down, and you don't need to spray. I don't actually use the temporary spray very often, but just laying it down. No fabric chicken or applique chicken today because I have a layer cake, so I'm just putting the whole layer cake down, and I know it's going to be covered. So I think it's pretty. It'll be a busy cat, but he's pretty much the only thing on it. There's a couple little birdie guys, but that's it. So this is going to stitch it down, and then we're going to have to take a few minutes to trim. Yeah, I didn't realize the camera moved. I guess we should have checked that a little bit better, Dawn.
Yeah.
Or you should
Or
have.
you should have.
You're the only one that can see it.
You're the tech person.
Listen to you two.
Nope. Nope. We had the afternoon off yesterday
Nice.
because my office was flooded. So if I can't work, then Dawn can't work. So we sat and we watched silly TV shows. So Kitty's moving along. Ronag, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps keep us going because we're sure having fun.
And then last night did movie night.
Movie night, yep, and playing with our quilt blocks for Lynn. So we've got all that sorted out. I think we did very, very well. I think we did very well.
Whole living room floor.
And it was gorgeous, wasn't it?
It was stunning.
Yes, bright colors, beautiful. Sandy, thank you very much, Sandy. And Isabel, you guys rock. Thank you very much. I think the yellow is going to look fantastic.
The yellow stands out
Yep,
on that background.
yep. This might be a 2-scissor trim. This is pretty complicated for your first trim. So I'll do...
So I got let off today.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yes.
Back to the desk, Don. I gotta remember to say it as I'm doing it. So, yeah, maybe we won't throw Lynn on this one because this is gonna take a little bit of work. But I will show you the tricks of it. So I always grab the fabric and I'm not pulling on it, but I'm holding it so it has a little bit of tension.
Okay.
And that does allow you to get closer to the line. So the goal is to get to this stitching line, but not over. And you don't want to cut the thread because then you're going to have a little bubble and it might not stitch over. So I have fabric and fabric, so I'm not going to worry too much about the duckbill part. So I like to do this better, and I take, I have sharp scissors, I sharpen them, and you just kind of take snips. But see, if you have a little tension on it, you see it pulls it away nicely.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can get closer than that, but what's that, Don?
Snip, snip.
Snip, snip, yeah. Well, trimming, you know, especially with this one, because it's raw edges, we don't have nice big fat satin stitches to cover everything over. That's good enough. And then you just go around the corners. Now the downside to the duck-billed scissors is that you can't get into small places. So I have a backup for that. And again, this is why I don't trim at the machine, because all the fluffies come off. You can't get the right angle, and you know, feel free to move your hoop around. If you're working on a multi-needle machine, make sure you mark which side of the hoop is up. You can't miss it on these because this goes in, but on the multi-needle, they're the same on each side. So I have a little sticker I put on them, or a Sharpie, or something like that, because you don't want to put it in backwards. Well, I guess this one is, you know, it would go only one way, so pay attention to that. Ask me how I know. I've done it before, and it's really annoying. I'm not paying attention, just put it back in. Anyways, that's one of the things I appreciate about McDreamy. You just can't put it in the wrong way or backwards. So see how I'm turning it around so I can get this angle? That makes all the difference, I find.
The
And
scissors are always going up.
yes, and it's easier because you don't want to see how awkward that would be.
Okay.
And the better you trim, the better your applique is going to look at the end. So I always say, like, some days I have non-trimming days, and if I'm not live, I will just walk away for a little bit, because if you don't do it properly, it's not going to look good, because you would have satin stitches, and then you can see the frayed fabric. And it is also a fantastic idea, a really good idea, to make sure you can see your lines. I've done that a couple times. If you're doing a black applique with black thread, you'd be better off to change the thread before you do the holding the fabric down, because you won't be able to make very good cuts because you won't be able to see the lines. So those are the main things. Now, some people use different scissors and they take longer cuts. That can, see how neat that is? To me, that just takes a little more practice because you gotta do it a little bit better.
And you could also cut off the excess
You could.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could. It's just a little fiddly sometimes. But with patience and practice, you can do it. And if you only have one pair of scissors, make sure they're sharp. So this is where we're going to get a little awkward. Now, I'll be able to do it this way, but this part is a little tricky. I'm still turning everything around. Sorry if my kitty is getting dizzy. But if you have a real angle, you can't get the duckbill scissors in there. So I have a really tiny pair of scissors that are really sharp, and that's what I'll use to get in the corner. Sometimes I'm really picky and I'll take those scissors in to like a corner if there's a little piece left there. Not today, mind you. Kind of just going with it. I know that it's gonna be raw edge applique, and it just really does look better. Some appliques, Lynn, it's a satin stitch, which is the thick stitch that I use around the finishing parts on a mug rug.
Okay.
So if you don't do it perfectly, the satin stitches are going to cover it up, so you don't have to be
Okay.
that careful. But this one doesn't have it, so any little boo-boos you make is going to be shown. So take your time, move your hoop around so you get the right angles. It's worth it. Keep your scissors sharp too. I have a little Fiskars sharpener. If you have a professional sharpener in your town, that would be the place to go. Or if you have Ginger scissors that cost a ton of money, then pay a little bit to get them sharpened properly so they last longer. So yeah, that was a bit difficult, Lynn, but now you got it down pat. So the next one, I'll pick one with an easy applique for you. And then you can do it. Now, if you're not happy with anything, you can just carefully, very carefully go in. See how I'm trimming it a little bit closer? But, you know, you can be as picky as you want. So all these little pieces, I do not want them inside McDreamy. And that's why I don't do it on the machine. Some people do, and for small ones I can, but see, and I just give it a little dust off. Just be really careful that you don't move anything.
That's pretty good trimming.
I think that's pretty good.
You've redeemed yourself.
Oh, well, thanks. I was worried about that. All right, back to McDreamy, Dawn.
McDreamy's up.
So cute, this kitty. Now, I've become really fond of the burgundy and the yellow. So that's what I'm going to do on here. So we're going to do the pretty stitches, and this is where you can see if you did a good job. Because hopefully we won't be able to see any frayed edges or anything. So he's cute. It's like a kid's drawing.
It is.
I think it's neat. So let's see. Hopefully the yellow looks really good on this guy. Looks like I made it. I love whatever this stitch is. I think it's a mix of motif stitches or one that Anita Goodesign created themselves. I just think it's really pretty how it looks. I'm a little bit off there, but we can fix it afterwards. I think the style of this one lends that you don't have to make it perfect. It's kind of an old-fashioned hand stitch kind of look.
Okay.
So what do you think so far, Lynn?
I love it.
It's cute. It's going to be, some people in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group have finished theirs and are putting them together. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Oh, I hope everyone joins us on Wednesday for Sunset with Sue Digitizing, because we're going to be doing gnomes. Gnomes made out of shape, no clip art. No clip art. So that'll be a lot of fun, and the gnomes are really cute. You can look at the title page for the group and for OML Embroidery, and you can see what they look like. I did a couple cute ones with red hats and striped hats, and
Nice.
yeah, it's cute. I just had, I like to get ahead on things because it's not like you can just, create it and post it. You gotta make pictures and do write-ups and put it on YouTube, and that takes a while to do that. It's better now that I'm not uploading everything. That's why we all decided to do live. First of all, it's way more fun, and I don't have to do editing. Because what I was doing before is I'd do this recording, and then I'd edit it, and then you have to upload it. So if you don't have a computer like mine or internet like ours, it could take 5 or 6 hours to upload it. Okay, I like this guy. I'm not sure if I'm too fussy about my background fabric. It looks good on the other one, but... Alright. Oh boy, gnomes. Aren't they cute? I know. Duck-billed scissors. So Phil says I have different colors and types of duck-billed scissors. I think it's a sickness. Well, you can get big ones, you can get small ones, you can see how they have a curve in them. I'll show you guys too. See how they have a curve in them?
Oh.
And you know why that is? Because look how it sits. Makes it so much easier to do. And you can get ones with a deeper curve as well. I didn't care for them. It made me like off a little bit. So, but that's why you do it, because otherwise it would be a little more awkward. So, cool stuff.
Asking if Aaron's watching for Gremlins.
Yeah, he's right there. He's on the desk.
She said the Norseman's playing video games, so he doesn't have time to send Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Here you go.
We can send gremlins to him.
He's checking. There we go. He's gonna sit on the desk.
He's giving them the eye.
The eye. The eye or 3. There you go, like that. Done. There we go. Alright. Yes. Bjorn is there. He still has to be sewn up, but I'll get there. I'll get there. I don't always have time for the details. So, yellow on our kitty is gorgeous. Again, I'm not too sure about the background. I like the one that I had that was just light beige. I'll see how this works. Part of the layer cake. So I'm not really sure. You always gotta try. I may not have 10 light ones either, so that might be a little bit of an issue. So, just doing a nice thick outline. Just a running stitch, that's called. And then anything fancy is like a motif stitch. They're actually a lot of fun to work with. Like in the crazy quilts, the pretty design, the motif stitches. It's, you can do really cool things with it, so. There we go, kitty cat. So, let me know if there's any questions, right, Dawn? Yep. So, I like it. I think the yellow shows up enough. Oh, I'm gonna leave yellow because I'm gonna stitch out the eyes, but I'm going to do the buttons afterwards. So, it'll just be double layered eyes. And if I don't get to it, he'll still have eyes.
Good reason.
Cat eyes, but eyes. So it's just going to be a little fill stitch. I'm going to keep it yellow because the buttons I picked were yellow. But I can always change it. I saw like a light green and I thought that was cute too. So just a little fill stitch for the buttons. I like them. What's that?
Sandra says she notices some people always use heat and bond light on their applique. Is there a rule for when they use it?
If you like it and have extra money, you can use it. I don't find it necessary, but I've been doing this for 20 years. If it helps you get a better applique and you don't mind the extra steps, then go for it. I do use it, or the Gunnold stuff that you don't have to heat, when I do appliques on the machine with the AccuQuilt, because they're so detailed. It's pretty hard to get the fabric to stay within the lines. Of course, they're cut perfectly, and I love it, but I use it. Goody Stick is the Gunnold equivalent of it. So for regular applique, I don't usually use it. So what it is, Lynn, it's kind of like a sticky sheet that goes under the fabric, and you iron it and it fuses.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, you can have our outline and then you fuse it on there and it just makes it nice flat, and it stops the frame
Oh.
because it's glued down,
Okay.
sort of thing. But I don't iron, so it's pretty hard for me to get out and iron all the appliques. It's just not gonna happen. And the Goody stick is a double-sided like sheet stick that you can use, but it's not, you don't have to heat it,
Okay.
but it's hard to get. So
Donna Guthrie, she's asking what software you use for it.
what software do I use for the digitizing classes?
Yeah.
I use the Dime Perfect Embroidery Professional, and I have all the series of it because I really like it. For business, of course, we use E4 because we're into production, and E4 is good for that.
But you can do the digitizing class in any software.
Yep, any software, and a lot of people have done it, and they're quite happy with the results. It just may take you just, you know, a little bit more to figure out where your tools are, but basically in the classes we're using shapes, running stitches, fill stitches, satin stitches, and adjusting some nodes. So as long as you have digitizing software, you can do the classes with me. Another good thing is there's a lot of people who do the classes in different software, so you can ask questions if you get stuck in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, and someone can help you out. So I say give it a try and work with your software. You will be really happy with your results. Okay, so I just got to thread this. I'm putting in black thread. I'm really hoping it shows up enough on this, but we're going to do the kitty cat's face, whiskers and whatnot. Yeah, I hope the black shows up enough. I don't know what other color I would have picked, mind you, but... So, yeah, the digitizing classes are so much fun. We just love them. We made an aquarium, and then we made a garden. And we're making a gnome on Wednesday for the garden, but flowers. Yeah, garden box with perspective. I'm trying to,
Nice.
you know, for the people who are following along, I'm trying to kick it up each time. So no clip art.
Oh, different.
Yeah, totally different and totally original, because one I do is never going to be the same as what you do.
Right.
So
You
it's...
don't ever have to worry about copyright.
Yeah, yeah. So digitizing most of the time is that you get clip art or a logo and you put that as a background and then you digitize it over top.
Okay.
So, but then there's copyright issues. You can't just
Right.
use anything
Yeah.
you find on the internet. Even Google Images, if you do that, someone owns it. So you have to
Okay.
be really careful. A lot of times too, even if you pay for clip art, it's not to be used to sell something. So we're bypassing all of that and learning how to create designs with no clip art. So you can do what you want, or taking pictures. We did Gail's hollyhocks last week, and she took a picture of her hollyhocks,
Right.
and that's what
I
we
saw that.
digitized. Because it's her picture, I got her permission, and I
Okay.
passed out the picture to everyone so they could do it. So no copyright there either. And the black shows up.
It shows up.
I
Yeah.
love it. They could have done all this. Oh no, maybe not. There's a space. Never mind. I was gonna say connections, but no, because there's a space between everything. All right, he's stinking cute.
He's cute.
He's cute.
We'll have to name him.
Oh, well, yeah.
You don't have cats in
No.
here, so.
No cats.
I like how they did the stitching to look like button eyes.
Yeah, it's really cute, isn't it? Well, so if you don't have the right buttons, you can...
There.
Oh, look how he looks so cute on the camera. You can see. He looks kind of surprised.
I like his whiskers.
They're cute. So that was probably a back stitch on that. Okay, so now we're going to do some birds. So
Chirp, chirp.
I'm going to... There's a couple of them. So I'm going to get out my burgundies. Now remember, I am using the same thread colors throughout. Well, are people chirping?
No, Karina's asking if you want a picture of the Norsemen for the gnomes.
You know what? She's not that far off. He's hairy and beardy and very
He's
very
kinda gnomey
gnomey looking.
No me looking.
Now you said it first, Karina. Don't get us in trouble. And she'll probably make him listen to just this
Oh,
part.
he's in there now.
Oh, okay. Don always
He
has
said
to.
hi.
He likes to sit there and join in all the giggles. It is. Oh, I think I might like the camera in front again, because this part is really difficult. Oh man. Just hold on, people. I'm working on it. Technical difficulty threading. Holy cow. Really technical. Just give me a sec.
We're watching.
Lynn, sing. La 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 la. There we go. Got it back in action. I don't know what that was about, but geez. Okay, bird time. Yep, it's bird time. Oh, and it didn't even work.
Oh no.
It's just sometimes the camera, I just can't do it. That time I did. So, birdie time, and I'm going to use the same burgundy colors. I can't afford the Perfect Pro at that's not the price of it. That is just like, they don't sell it on the website. You can get dealer pricing and you get a whole bunch of bonuses. It's less than half of that and you get a whole bunch of bonuses. So you can, check it out. Yeah, your dealer should have prices or go to events. Sandy went to an event. I want to hear all about it, Sandy. And, because of everything's going on, the dealers are being really cool about it. So if you call them while there's an event going on in their store, you can usually get the same discount even though you're not there. So it's worth checking out. In the meantime, you can download a free demo of it. And the only restrictions on the demo is that you can't save or stitch it out, but it's fully functional otherwise. And that's how I tested out a whole bunch of them, so you can check it out. Just for fun. That's about the normal price of embroidery digitizing software. What's going on?
For good quality stuff, yeah.
Well, yeah, you get what you pay for. You can pay $100 for, digitizing software, or you can pay $10,000. Yeah, well, that's commercial level software.
The more you pay, the better quality you get.
Right.
It's got a better processing system.
I really like the Dime software because it has little extras like the symbols and more shapes and different things you can.
Lace maker.
I love my lace maker. That is the best thing.
The emoji one and whatever other ones are really
Well, my avatar is how we start off Sunset with Sue. It's a kind of a cartoon
Nice.
picture of me. And this one, that
Oh, that's right.
word cloud, this one I'm showing Lynn, but not you guys. This one, the bunny. I always have it on my desk because it's cute. We're changing colors already? Oh, so I'm going to put in a different color of burgundy. Oh, and by the way, if I haven't mentioned it this session, remember to always pull your thread in the direction that it would normally go, so you don't get anything stuck and you don't get messed up tension. We don't want messed up tension. It's hard to fix sometimes, or it can be, so always make sure you pull it, cut it from the top, pull it from the bottom, and then you won't move the discs, the tension discs, or anything like that.
they're all discussing software prices now.
Well, you know,
Which
it's
is, they're all about, I mean, they're, if you're paying $1,000 or more, you're getting good quality software. And they're all roughly the same. They vary, but that's what they are.
well, yeah. And if you want to do digitizing, you have to have digitizing software, which is going to be the $1,000. Now, there's a company, Wilcom, and we use their software for production, but they have a hobbyist level, and it's $1,000, I guess, but you can make monthly payments,
Oh, okay.
which makes it easier for a lot of people. So instead of dishing it out, you have to do that. And with the Perfect Embroidery Professional, it's they give you so many bonuses with it, it makes it worthwhile. My birdie.
I still like my E4.
What's that?
I still like my E4. I'll never switch from that.
Well, I have quite a few because I teach them in different software.
I did enjoy Ember before. Now that was pretty good.
Ember does everything. It does magnificent things, but it's just sometimes hard to find all those things. That's the
Okay.
wing of the bird.
I just couldn't see the other color.
It's a couple shades darker.
Just a subtle change.
It'll look better at the table. Just a couple, and there's a pattern in the stitching,
Okay.
so that's why it sounded so funny too. So if anyone has any questions, you guys can, I don't always see it in these.
Everybody's answering all the questions.
I know, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone helping out. And of course, thank you to our moderators. You guys rock. You save us so many times with posting links, and I don't always think of that. So people can find us. So yeah, we
It's always
appreciate.
nice to have extra eyes.
Oh, I know. It's really helpful. Yeah, I like this kitty. I think he's cute, and I really like this yellow and burgundy. What a strange combination.
But it fits.
It fits. It looks the best on the plaid, the red plaid.
I didn't think when I saw it, I didn't think they were birds. I thought they were just a couple leaves.
No, they're birds. Chirp, chirp. Couple of chirps. We did a bigger chirp before. I haven't been paying attention to this, so. Chris Yost, thank you very much, Chris. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps. If you can't donate, you can help us out by liking the video, sharing it with your embroidery friends, or even sharing it just on your timeline from here. There's a button that says share, and that's the one to use. And that helps us out. And watch till the end. That also helps us out. I heard that. Go. Stop. Needle up. Foot up, I mean. Needle up. Oh, it's kind of stuck. I heard, did you hear a little click?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thready.
Yeah. I don't know what the little click was for, but I heard it. Oh, it wasn't coming off of this spool properly. Whenever I hear a noise like that, I will check it out. And I just pulled a whole bunch of thread through, and I realized it was getting stuck just coming off of the spool. So sometimes it's good to just, pull a little more through. So, see how he sounds? Yeah. Bear. Well, they're funny looking birds, aren't they? They're kind of weird looking, don't you think?
Well, that's why I didn't think they were birds.
No, I know, they're birds. Doesn't look like the other birds. Should I do the second wing a different color so we know it's birds? Yellow? Yellow? What do you guys think? Yellow? What, Don?
I was chirping.
Oh,
Oh,
let's try yellow, because yellow and burgundy is working. I may have thought of
It's
that.
kind of the
Ooh.
theme for the block.
Somebody said, oh, they're mentioning red. They're going with red.
Oh, red.
Yep.
I don't have that
Okay.
added.
I had to figure out. Karina was giving the Norseman crap, and I was trying to figure out why. Because he said the best we can do is send Sue gremlins.
No! What's the matter with him? Karina, control your husband. No gremlins. I've had my share of gremlins. Alright, this camera's
Somebody
gotta
said
move.
pink. The
Oh!
Norseman
No,
said
they're all
pink.
saying red.
Yep. The Norseman says pink.
Alright,
Yes.
well, I'll incorporate a red into my project bin. I'm having trouble threading today, so we'll just go with what I've got in. Now, there's a little bit of green next, and we're almost done. I love it. I love
It's
the kitty
gorgeous.
cat. Yep. Such a cute design.
Oh, now see, the yellow sticks out.
I should have done a yellow bird, like reversed them like they're supposed to be.
Yellow bird and birdie, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, that's what I should have done. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute.
Now, if you
Oh,
wanted
well.
to change it, what would you have to do to change it?
Start again. Because it's already stitched.
Karina
So.
says she can't control him. You can't teach him pictures. It's too old.
Oh, okay. Is there a question there by Diane? I can hardly see it.
I have local fabric outlet here, and they're now selling the fabric from Blueprint.
I'm so jealous. Really? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Blueprint is where I get all the fabric, and it's like all the fat quarters and stuff like that, and it's exclusively like it's made by Blueprint,
Okay.
and Blueprint is not well, it is carrying on, but it stopped production, and I'm like, damn, because you can't buy it. So if I want to make something out of this, something really big,
Okay.
I can't get it.
Oh, no.
But apparently she can in Massachusetts, because
She
that's...
said layer cakes are $5.98.
Let's chat. Let's chat. Seriously, I'll pay for everything. We just don't have access to it.
My people will chat with your people.
Yeah, please. I don't know if that's a huge favor to ask of someone, but I just love the Blueprint stuff, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Because it comes from the States, but they had it priced in Canadian.
Okay.
So I was paying in Canadian. And they just had amazing, all the fabric that everyone goes, ooh, that's Blueprint. So it's kind of sad that they aren't doing that. So, wow. Layer cakes are $35 here, $35. You know how much they are in Canada, I'd like to tell you? For anything fancy and less than 44 pieces, it's like $80. $80. So,
Ouch.
yeah, I won't be able to afford too much of
Unless
that.
somebody knows of a cheaper place, let us know.
In Canada?
Yeah.
I had never seen layer cakes until Blueprint. And I thought, oh, isn't that amazing? Everything is matched up. It's the whole set usually, or a good part of it. And I just love it.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, a layer cake? What are you talking about? I don't want to eat. Charm square, at least that makes sense. And another thing I've never had is a jelly roll. So a jelly roll is 2.5 inches wide of, say, all the fabric in this design. So you just have long
Oh, I
strips
thought
of
you were
it.
talking about food.
Oh, man,
Sorry.
layer cake. Are you hungry? Do you need some lunch?
I ate some hot tamales before I came over
Oh,
here.
Lynn and her hot tamales. Jeez. They're sitting at my desk. No, don't you eat my hot tamales, Dawn. Cindy King, I'll send Cindy King after you. Dawn.
Won't come out.
So when Sarah says, food, I use jelly rolls for Prairie Point ornaments. Oh, I'll show you what a Prairie Point is.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I've actually never had a jelly roll. How strange is that? I've never seen them in stores in Canada. Nothing. I was telling everyone before that generally for fabric, it's about $18 a meter, which is a little bit bigger than a yard.
Dawn, get away from the hot tamales.
Oh, I love that. That's Cindy. That's Cindy King. Yay, Cindy. Dawn, back to the desk.
Desk is up.
Yay, she's on our side.
Yeah. Cindy loves candy. Candy. There we go. So, our beautiful kitty cat, I may do this again with the same fabric because I have another one in my layer cake that I would do the bird in yellow. So the reason why, I mean, I guess you could stitch it over. It would be a lot to go through because the stitches are pretty tight. But there's probably like, how many stitches would you guess in the bird, Dawn?
The bird or the wing?
The bird. That's why I said the bird.
200.
More than that.
Oh, I thought maybe you could just like pick it out, back it up, and restitch it.
Well, you could. The only real problem would be that there's 500 holes already in.
Stitched.
And then you
Gotcha.
have to go into the same holes, and this
Yeah.
is pretty thin. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes you can get away with that.
Okay.
It's better to plan out everything before you stitch. So I was a little bit off on the trimming, but I kind of like the look of it. Now I can go back in and tidy that up if I want, even if you unhoop it so you can kind of turn it. But I really like that, and the little decorations here. I think our kitty cat is cute, and I think even like this, I think our birds are just fine. They match everything. So, wow, bird is the word. Oh, that's the Norseman. You're funny, Norseman. You're funny. The cat looks good shaggy. Yeah, I kind of like it shaggy. I mean, if I was doing it again, I may just leave.
Well, the cat is furry.
Yeah, I may just leave just a little bit. See, here I did it just about perfectly. So this is what I mean about raw edge. The edge is right there, and it's kind of meant to look like this for this one. Sometimes they have stitches going this way, but it's kind of meant to look like old-fashioned, and then you stitch it by hand.
It's meant to look rough around the edges.
It is raw edge applique. It's I think it's cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this is coming along just fine. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't mind the background. It's a little bit plain, but I'll keep using the fancy fabrics for all the highlighted parts. I think if Lynn wants to come back next week. Do ya?
I'd love to come back.
Yay, Lynn's having fun. We'll get Lynn to do some trimming, and we can work up on our skills. Everyone can, tune up your skills on that. So I'll see you guys Wednesday for the gnome. I haven't figured out next Saturday yet, but I will. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell all your embroidery friends so we can get more subscribers so we can keep going on, and maybe add another video day as well. So keep up the good work. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Say bye.
Bye.